in your first semester, you had your principle of management. In your third semester, you had entrepreneurship and small business management, and various other subjects. And you had in your third semester even international business environment. Now, when we speak about strategic management, strategic management is the practical application of all those theories that you had studied in your earlier subject. Not only those subjects which I have mentioned, even the topics, even the issues that we discussed over might be financial management, your marketing, or your HR. All of this should come together so that a business has a very good strategy for itself. Now, you had already studied management. Regarding management, you have studied various topics, and especially under principle of management, and even over other subjects also. And you have studied regarding how individuals behave in the organization, in organizational behavior. You know how employees have to be treated. You have studied that particular thing under human resource management. You have studied how business has to be maintained under business ethics. You know how business has to behave when it does business in its own country, how the connection and the deals are to be made when it has to do business overseas, and you know in under which context the business shall be operating. All this in a theoretical way we had seen topic by topic in various other subjects. Now, how can we tell that strategic management is different from all of this? Now, you have already studied management, isn't it? Principle of management, or whatever it is. So, why once again we study strategic management? Or what is this managing using strategy? Or why is it so important for us to understand why a business should have strategy of its own? Now, not only that a business should have strategy, the strategy that the business has should always try to give it a competitive advantage. Now, what do I mean by this? Or what can you understand by the fact competitive advantage? Now, strategic management should be such that the policies that the business comes up with, or the plan that it has, the objective that it comes up with, and everything that it does, combinedly, it should be such a thing that they should have some strategic business plans which would always make them the business leaders. Or that when they compare themselves with their competitors, they shall have certain advantage for the business. Such advantage which the competitors shall find it difficult to catch up on. Now, that is the only thing in today's complex world, a business world, and with the rising competition and you know always changing business environment, we can survive in the business. Now, this might be for small business organization or even for a multinational company. Yes, when we speak about multinational companies and huge business organization, they will do it, they would have specific people for doing it. The work, it would be all in pen and paper, written in white and black. But even for small organizations, they shall have their own kind of ways of managing business wherein they can sell something better than their competitors, or they would have such a strength point which would make them survive this turbulent business environment. Having said that, even before we start up with the chapter, we'll just see what the subject is all about. Now, first of all, please try remembering the name of the subject and the code of the subject. Now, this is the one common paper you have, and definitely you'll be having exam. So, please try to remember the name of the subject and the code. Now, the name of the subject is Strategic Management, and the code is MBAH 551. Now, having said that, strategic management under this particular uh, subject, you will be having 10 lessons to discuss, and I can tell you this, having already discussed international business environment with you all, this particular subject should be easy because when we had discussed IBE in our last semester, there are three chapters which we have already discussed in detail under business environment. So, in brief, let us see here because we cannot skip first, that is always there. And the second one is that it is always good to brush things up. No matter how many times you have studied, no matter how many times you have read, by hearted it, studied for exam, it is always better to discuss because with each subject, even the topic is same, the context under which we have to discuss it shall definitely be different. That is to tell the elements would be the same, but how it has to be seen shall be different. Now, speaking about the first chapter, first chapter is all about the introduction to strategic management. Now, why is it necessary? How will it help the business in understanding its business better? How can a business be better compared to its competitors? All these things we shall discuss in the first chapter. And also regarding stakeholders. Why are they important for business? And what is the strategic management process? Now, speaking about second chapter, now it is about the environmental factors. Both chapter 2 and chapter 3 are named as strategic analysis. Now, chapter 2 speaks about all the things that are of the internal environment. So, since we have already discussed in IBE, I have circulated the notes. When we speak about second and third chapter, it would be better if you actually read it, brush it, and come. So we can have a very good discussion. The second chapter is regarding internal environment, the elements, the importance of analyzing the internal factors, and also the forecasting techniques. And they have mentioned one, that is SWOT analysis in specific, and also how this analysis and knowing elements of internal environment would help in assessing the strength and the weakness of the business are some of the topics that shall be covered under chapter 2. Now, speaking about the third chapter, even the third chapter is strategic analysis. Here we would be discussing regarding the environment, but here it is external environment. Now, With the internal environment, we study all about our business. How to make my business more better? How will I increase the strength of my business? Is there any weakness? If the weaknesses are there, is there any chance that I can turn my weakness into strength by using some of the opportunity in the environment? Whereas in third chapter, we shall be concentrating on external environment, especially one of the factors which would have huge influence on the business, that is the competitors. Here we try to understand the competitors as much as possible. And coming to chapter 4, it is strategy formulation. Speaking of this chapter also, we have discussed regarding the vision, mission, how they are different, what is goal, what are objectives. Here in this chapter, we shall see the hierarchy of all these things. We shall speak about strategic programming and organizational approach, or why is it important for a business organization. Now, speaking about chapter 5, it is operational level strategy. Now, operational level strategy speaks about when you take a business organization, the operation of the business we shall be taking, the core activity. And we shall be discussing how the core activity of the business is important, and based on the core activity, how can we formulate strategy, how will it help the business, and all the related topics within the specified operational level strategy that has been given. Chapter 6 is business level strategy. Now, not only operation, the entire business we should be considering here. And the seventh chapter is corporate level strategy. When we speak here in the seventh chapter, we shall be speaking from the point of view of diversification. Now, whether in the light of such huge competition, whether diversification is important for a business, and all the related topics we shall be discussing under chapter 7. Now, chapter 8 speaks about the international business. Once again, how if the business is, you know, having its business operations all over the world or in different countries, how should it have its strategies? And speaking about ninth one, now we know all the types of strategy, the operation one, the business, the corporate, and even the international level. Now in chapter 9, we speak about strategy implementation. It is have to implement all these things, and what are the things that we'll have to consider when we implement the strategy is what becomes or are the topics that we shall be discussing under chapter 9. And chapter 10, it is regarding the governance and ethics. Now, strategic management or managing a business with such complex strategy is not an easy task at all. It involves hundreds of work, and also it involves thousands of workers. Now, taking into consideration this, and also fact that when we speak about strategic management, it is not only the business that we are speaking, even things that are external to the business organization becomes very much important for the business. How are we going to manage it? How the behavior of the company is expected to be? How the operations of the organization should be, whether it should be profitable enough and unethical, or you should, or whether it should be ethical in doing business. Now, what about stakeholder? What do we mean by corporate social responsibility? And how can a business manage the strategic changes if any? All these things we shall be discussing under governance and ethics. Yes. Having said this, now just concentrate on this particular slide. Now, these are some of the textbooks that has been given for you all to refer. Now, you can always find this information in your syllabus, but if you need, you can take it down. What I would like to tell is, I shall definitely try finding these textbooks, and if I get these textbooks, I would be sharing with you all. If not, there are some textbook which I am already referring to, that I shall be sharing with you all. Now, since we have already created a Google Classroom for our IBE, I shall be sharing in the same group. I hope it would be of no issue. Otherwise, we'll have to create once again one more classroom. Yes. Okay. So, without wasting your time, now speaking of wasting time, remember now we have a lot of free time. It is fine, but try utilizing the free time that you have got in the best possible way. Because once you are done with your MBA, you will be going out, and yes, many of you shall be facing the interview for the first time. Some of you have already have the experience of facing interview, but for most of you, it would be a first time experience. So definitely self introduction would be the first question that you would be getting, that you'll have to prepare. That is definitely there. The second thing what we can expect this time is, might be you get a question asking, how did you utilize your 1 year time or 2 year time that you had got? You had lot of time, whether did you simply, you know, spend it as a free time, or did you actually do something to better off maybe your skills or some qualities in you, or did you learn some new skill? What did you do? How did you spend your time? So be ready for all such questions. Now this is not only for question. This is telling you all that if you have not done anything, start doing it right now, so that it shall be helpful in the future for you. So I guess we spent half an hour with the introduction. So you people are managers, and I have no right, wasting your time. So without much delay, we shall discuss our first chapter. I hope you have got your book and your pen, or wherever you can scribble down the things. Yes. Now, the first chapter, as usual, it is regarding the introduction of the topic. But here, more than introduction, we shall discuss why strategic management is essential. Or along the way, or maybe when we compare how business used to manage itself before 70 years and how is it being managed now, or maybe not 70 years, maybe 50 we shall take from 1970s up until 2020. We shall see why is it important or how things have changed. All these things we shall discuss under this chapter. Now, chapter 1 is overview of strategic management. Now, some part I already said regarding strategic management in the beginning, isn't it? Now, to tell it in brief or in one sentence, all those things, all those subjects that you studied in your MBA course, especially the theory one. Now, strategic management speaks about implementing them. How shall we implement it? Is the question answered by strategic management. Yes, before starting, now it is your duty that you'll have to tell me if at all I am doing or taking the subject very fast, or if at all you have to take down a point, you'll have to unmute yourself and you'll have to ask. Okay, please do not use the chat box because I cannot give my chat box as I'm sharing my PPT. So please unmute yourself and ask me to repeat if at all you need the explanation once again, or if you want me to repeat certain things. Now, either if you do not respond or if you do not ask, what I would understand is that you have clearly heard whatever I said and you were able to take down whatever was necessary to you. Okay. Now let us start with chapter 1. Now, even before going directly into the topic, we shall just see one of the case so that understanding the actual scenario might be helpful in us understanding the theories in an easier way. Now, this is what had happened with Twitter in the year 2015. Now, this also speaks about why a business should have strategy when it has competitors. How will it be able to gain the competitive advantage? Now, speaking about case studies, it shall always tell you what the problem is, but then it is you who have to come up with ideas. Or, speaking about the subject, we can always mention it as it is you who have to come up with the strategies. The better your strategies are, the better it would be for your business. So now it is all about you people acting as managers. Now there is nothing to copy from books. It is all about how you would be able to apply your knowledge. The knowledge that you have acquired is what is going to help you all with this subject or henceforth when you start working. Now, there was this thing in the summer of 2015 that Twitter is not flying high. So what had happened? During summer of 2015, the stock price of Twitter was 50% lower than the stock price the company had shortly after this particular network servicing company went public in the month of November 2013. Now, there was a disappointing performance of Twitter, and this disappointing performance led to the departure of the CEO. And by then, it was Dick Costello who was the CEO. Now, he had served as CEO of the company from 2010 to 2015. And once after he departed, Twitter's co founder Jack Dorsey was brought back as Twitter's CEO. And along with this, several high profile departures and continuing unabated demotions, the company faced turmoil among its own executive ranks. So that was one point where the performance of Twitter was, you know, going severely down. Now, speaking about this company, Twitter was launched in 2006, and Twitter is often called as SMS of internet, as it allows user to send short messages or what we call as tweets. Now these tweets, they are restricted to 140 characteristics with pictures and videos which we can often attach to it. Now, whom we call as leaders of Twitter, they describe their product as an indispensable companion to life in the moment. And they also tell that it is the world's largest information network. They tell that users can follow people on social network. Now, when a user in Twitter follows another, the person would be able to see the ones whom they are following, their status updates in the Twitter feed. Now, back then in 2015, this data was taken, and during that time, Twitter had some 300 million worldwide active users. That is, people who, used to log into Twitter at least once a month. Now, it is said that core users they stay connected pretty much, permanently, providing multiple status updates throughout the day. And although most tweets cover trivia, Twitter claims to significant rise from its role in political revolutions such as maybe the Arab Spring or live coverage of breaking news, including the raid on uh, some of the major, you know, people who had to be caught. And also, Twitter also appears constantly in mass media. TV channels show tweets of, athletes, politicians, or even some of the stars of Hollywood. All this would be depicted in not only in social media but also even in the media or television, what we call as. Now, some 20% of smartphone users in United States and close to 10% internationally use Twitter regularly. Now, Twitter's business model is to grow its users' base, and then they would charge advertisers for promoting goods and services to that base of users. Now, individual users pay nothing. Their tweets give Twitter free user generated content to drive more traffic. Now, companies pay for promoted tweets that are directly inserted into a user's feed or Twitter feed or news stream, what we call it. Now, advertisers value how Twitter can deliver their ads in real time. Now, in one famous episode, when a blackout halted the 2013 Super Bowl for over half an hour, Nabisco promoted Oreo cookies by tweeting, "Power out? No problem. You can still dunk in the dark." So, advertisers can also target their ads based on the user interest or location, the time of day, and so on. So, Twitter faces several challenges that makes its future prospects highly uncertain. So, why are we speaking about strategic management here? Now, here the question comes that, among all this turnover and reshuffling in the management and the engineering ranks, Twitter still struggles to grow its user base. Now, the best thing to, justify this statement is we can compare Twitter's users with that of Facebook. Now, back then, when this data was taken, Twitter had some 300 million monthly users as compared to 1.5 billion that of Facebook. Now, Twitter needs a large user base to attract more online advertisers and better monetize its social media service. Now, when serving as CEO, Costello made the 20 worth declaration that Twitter's ambition is to have the largest audience in the world. But the trend runs in the opposite direction as Twitter's user growth has slowed considerably while Facebook is getting even larger with the step rises in users on mobile device. Now, if Twitter fails to grow in user size to increase the value of communication platform for online advertisers, it might become either a takeover target for much larger digital advertising company such as Google or be taken over by a new social media news app. So what had made this struggle for Twitter, or why is Twitter struggling so much? Now, in contrast, we can tell why are Facebook and Google so successful. Now, for that matter, we can also ask this question to ourselves Why is any company successful, or what enables some of the very good market leader or some of the very good firms to gain and then sustain their competitive advantage over time? Or we can also ask ourselves this question: why do once great firm suddenly falls or suddenly fails? We can also ask, how can managers influence firm performance? Now, this is what had happened with Twitter. Once there was a change in their management, there was lot of turmoil in the company. Now, these are some of the questions that define what strategic management is all about. Now, all these questions that we had asked ourselves, now answering these questions will require integrating or combining the knowledge that you have obtained in your studies of various business disciplines to understand what leads to superior performance, and how can you as a manager, or maybe someday in future as an entrepreneur or CEO, help your organization achieve it? Now here we speak about strategic management. Now, having said that, strategic management is the integrative management field. Now, integrative management field is nothing but where it combines all the disciplines that is concerned with the business. Integrative is combining or a mixture of. So, strategic management is the integrative management field that combines, analyzes, formulation, and implementation. Now, it is an integrative management field that combines, analyzes, formulates, and implements, or it is analysis, formulation, and implementation. Now, why does it has to be done? Now, it does all these things in the quest for competitive advantage. I'll repeat the sentence once again. Strategic management is the integrative management field that combines, analyzes, formulates, and implements in the quest for competitive advantage. Now, what is analyze? Analyzing is understanding a particular situation in detail with each and every fact that you have, with each and every data that you have, with each and every information that you have. Now, once you analyze, once you know the in and out of a particular situation, then comes the second stage where you formulate, where according to the situation, you come up with the plan, you come up with the strategy as to what has to be done. Now, this activity of where you come up with the idea is called as formulation. Now, one thing about this is there shall be different alternatives. You'll have to decide among the best. Now, remember one thing: when we tell the best, it is not the best among what is there. Now it is the best because that would be working for your company better than any other alternatives that are there. So that is the alternative that is called as best. And once you know which is the best strategy for your organization, you try to implement it in your day to day business. And this complex task you shall be doing with the main aim of bringing competitive advantage for your business. So that is what strategic management is. Now, having mastery over this strategic management, it will always enable you to understand a business or a firm, entirely in and out of it. And it shall also enable you to think like a general manager to help the position your firm for superior performance. Now, having said this, there is something called as AFI formula. Now, AFI is nothing but application, formulation, and implementation. Or here we spoke about analysis, formulation, and implementation. Now, this analysis, formulation, and implementation, it will guide the exploration of strategic management throughout your this subject. Now there is one more case of Singapore Airline Limited. Now there is no any analysis or problem that they have mentioned, but they are speaking about one of the big airline company. So before saying about this Singapore airline, now what happened in US assembly was that uh, there was something called as bailout. Okay, bailout manas. Now in one of this, the three CEOs from three US automakers, that is Ford, General Motors, and Chrysler, they showed up, once in front of this Congress session for bailout money. Now, all the three of the CEOs, they asked for this bailout money, but they were sent back with the specific instruction that they had to develop a clear strategy plan for the future. And when they were sent back, now the response that was given from Austin Goldsby, he was the one of the president, one of the best person President Barack Obama had in his economic advisors. He said that asking for a bailout without a convincing business plan was crazy. And he also said that if the three auto CEOs need a bridge, it's got to be a bridge to somewhere, not a bridge to nowhere. So, this is how important strategic management is for a business. Now it is already 12:57. Speaking about one more case will not be possible right now. So